Now, it is hard to believe, but we are about to celebrate the 25th anniversary of the Calgary Flames Stanley Cup victory. We'll get to that in a second. And that is the theme of this year's Pro-Am Alzheimer hockey tournament. There'll be a lineup featuring former Flames players, including our guest, Berezan, as well as lots of players who haven't played in this tournament before from the Montreal Canadiens. The official lineup will be announced later today. Perry was kind enough to join us this morning. Hi, nice to see you.
Good morning.
Okay, let's get this out of the way. You weren't on that team. You weren't on the '89 team.
Right.
How come?
I was traded. My good friend Cliff Fletcher, who actually is coming, which we're really excited. I mean, he was kind of special to all of us back then. He traded me in, I'm guessing, right almost about this date, March, right. Early March, before that happened. And then somehow I seemed to get involved in the organizing of these anniversaries for the Stanley Cup, which I wasn't a part of. I have no problem with it. It's good. It's good to celebrate. It's good to celebrate.
So did the sting has worn off, perhaps?
Oh yeah, and it was never, you know, Cliff and I kind of asked Cliff at one point, hey, I'd like to play more. So he did what he was asked.
This is the way the ball bounces,
no
or the puck drops.
That's right.
As it were.
That's right.
Well, let's talk about this particular event, because you've been involved in it for a number of years, and this is Gordie Howe's baby, essentially.
Yeah, well, Gordie was a big part of we had a Gordie Howe luncheon the first bunch of years, and Gordie's actually going to come back this year. It's for Alzheimer's, and it's for the everything we can do here in Calgary to make it easier for families and provide support for families and people that are suffering from the disease. I don't have anyone around me or my family, which is shocking considering the statistics, but everyone else seems to, and it's getting worse. So it's become pretty important to our alumni here locally to try and do something to help, and the group we got together is doing our best to raise a lot of money every year and have some fun while doing it.
Well, quite a group it is, and you know, let's say Gordie, of course, very close to him, Colleen Howe did die of this disease, and he doesn't make a lot of public appearances, and he is going to come.
He's going to come again for the luncheon, and it's great. Marty Howe brings him along, and we've got Yvonne Cornway coming as well for the luncheon. This is April 4th.
That's so cool.
At the Westin. If people are interested, there are still tables available for the luncheon on April 4th. We've got an incredible lineup of players that are coming. We started adding it up. There are well over 40 Stanley Cups that are involved with the guys that are going to be in that room. And some new people as well, like the Montreal Canadiens from that '89 team, Claude Lemieux, Guy Carbonneau, Stéphane Richer, and Russ Courtnall will be coming in to represent that '89 Montreal team, which is pretty cool.
You know, I was born in Montreal, but if I was in that room, I might lose my mind, actually. Okay, I'm going to list off some other names. So you mentioned those former Habs. Cliff Fletcher is going to be there.
Yes.
Tim Hunter, you said?
Tim Hunter's back in town this year, so we're happy to have him part of the event. Yep.
Gary Roberts.
Yep.
Jeremy Roenick, Brian Trottier, Russ Courtnall, Curtis Joseph, Lanny McDonald, of course.
Of course.
Among others. Now, what else does this involve? It's a luncheon among other things.
The way the event works is if you have a team that you want to play in the event, you sign up your team. The team has to raise a minimum of 25 grand for Alzheimer's to just get into the tournament, and then you get to there's a draft night on Friday. Depending on the order of the money you've raised through that time, that's where you get to draft. So all those players that you've mentioned, you get your pick of the litter first in order, and once you draft that player, he's with you for the tournament, and the tournament goes a 3-day event, or 2-day event of hockey. So you have 2 games on the Saturday, and you have that player in your room with you throughout the weekend, which that's the time where you have more time with guys. That's where you can tell more stories. They certainly become much more relaxed, and you really get to know them in the dressing room. And then obviously playing against some of those guys on and off the ice, myself, they're fun. And Claude Lemieux, I hated that guy.
A lot of people
absolutely hated him. And I hear he's a wonderful guy, so I'm looking forward to having him here, and I think now the teams that sign up, they get a chance to play against the guy who was absolutely hated.
Well, watch the reunion unfold. What an incredible event for a fantastic cause, the Alzheimer's Pro-Am Hockey Tournament. Tons of fun events. It goes April 4th, 2/6 at Winsports Ice Complex. For more information, make sure you head to breakfasttelevision.ca. Nice to see you, Barry.
Good to see you. Thank you.